That's right, we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Beautiful linda raza, your favorite Chicano stream is back on the internet one more time. We're going to go through the formalities and then get into the video. Right there's the like button for all the raza that supports, for everyone that's tuned in, that likes the fire content that we drop here on the daily. Go ahead and bang that thumbs up button. Do me a favor. Bang that thumbs up button. If not, there's a special button for the creeps, the weirdos, the lurkers, the stalkers, the haters, the chomos, the predators, the ones that they can't stand to see your boy on the internet. But we ain't going nowhere, Holmes. You know what? There's a button for you right there. I call it the Chinga Tu Madre button. Go ahead and hit that right there. There's also a hype video button. Do me a favor, raza. Scroll right to the comments where the comments are. Scroll right. You can go ahead and hit that hype video. Before we get into the title of the video, Maniako Mindz is the real racist. Before we get into that, let's go through the formalities. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone inside the members only. The members only know exactly who they are. They're the backbone of the community. For their something 99 every single month, they get the behind the scenes, the stories, the paperwork, the whole 9 yards. It's in the members only. Then they get the level 10 Captain Wrench on the YouTube Yarda, the green wrench, so they can whack anybody they want in the chat, etc. Right? But shout out to the members only, man, for your ardent support. And then if you're new to the channel, stick around. We're dropping nothing but fire content. All right. So I had dropped this video, but had some audio issues, and I want to go ahead and make it up to you guys. I want to play this clip right here that came across my feed because for some odd reason, and I am going to say it's an odd reason, someone that should be shunned, banned, he's definitely been put 100 holes. We life flighted this pendejo right off the YouTube Yarda, straight up with 100 holes in him. Because he's a fake, he's a fraud, he's an imposter. He's read fake paperwork, which means he is a proponent of fake paperwork, which means he's just a gullible, weak individual that'll regurgitate anything he sees, regurgitate anything he hears. And this is absolutely the furthest thing from representation of La Raza, right? But for some odd reason, he wants to stick his nose in affairs that don't have anything to do with him. Absolutely don't have anything to do with him. He should just, first of all, I was going to say stick with your own kind, but I don't even know what the fuck the guy is, who he belongs to, right? He says he doesn't believe in DNAs and biology and pulling blood that we could find out. I didn't hesitate to pull no blood to let you guys know there's a 20-page PDF on who I am as far as my biology. That way you guys can't say Mikey's a culture vulture on the YouTube, Yarda, etc. But this is the #1 raza culture vulture who claims to be raza, and he gets into it with the black community now that tensions have been diffused, right, on the internet, because it's never really in real life. All this racial tensions have only been on the internet because we know you tell someone to pull up, ain't no one gonna pull up, right? No one's gonna pull up and talk about it in real life. Most people just talk about it on the internet for clicks, views, and likes, etc., right? So let's go ahead and hear what he says. I'm gonna play the full audio. Let's go for the whole 8 minutes uninterrupted, and then that way I'll give you my opinion on the back end. All right, so let's see what leadership skills this baboso right here, who's so bad wants to be the face of La Raza. Or you know what, maybe not just that, he just wants to be inside of the raza, right? But we already know that's not happening. Warning over to any mothers that have children. You don't want this baboso anywhere near your children. He's canceled, automatically canceled from attending any Sweet 16. And that's a damn fact, okay? So let's go ahead and hear what this fake fraud leader, representative of the raza would do. Let's go ahead and watch his leadership skills on display right now if he were to sit at the table to represent La Raza in some kind of racial tension. high racial tension situation where we need to come to a solution instead of just gaslighting the situation. Let's see how he maneuvers. Let's see his leadership skills, because he always wanted to take American Cholo's place as spearheading the movement of trying to advance the raza forward. He's wanting to be that leader, wanting to sit on this fucking throne right here. But it takes a special person, a special leader, someone that's not emotional, someone that's klechad up, and someone that's highly intelligent to be able to diffuse situations and really further advance the people in the right direction. Well, let's check out his leadership abilities on display. I'm going to play the whole 8 minutes, gente, to make it up for you guys for the audio issues, and then I'll give you my 2 cents on the back end. All right? Let's go.
Culture, none. But we see Hispanics doing black culture, but shitting on us as a people, though.
And then another thing is we can't let
that
y'all
doesn't even make
redirect
sense.
what is hip hop.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
We can't let y'all redirect what is hip hop. Hip hop.
Look at bro. Look at. Ain't nobody redirecting what is hip hop. But you're not gonna say that yours and be a gatekeeper.
Hold on. You're an outsider, bro. Hip hop deals with 5 elements, bro. Simple as that. It's 5 elements to hip hop.
Let's hear this.
It doesn't deal with poetry. And the thing is, they was all independently created by the black people in America. You guys came along later, and we allowed you guys to be participants in it. Bro, what are you talking about?
False.
No, bro, it was MCing, it's DJ, it was breakdancing, it was graffiti, and it was knowledge of self.
You know what? Let me explain something. Let me explain something. Okay, go ahead.
It wasn't about captivity.
Go
We
ahead.
started a culture in the inner city, the Bronx, New York, to be exact. Yeah, there was some people of like Jamaican descent, but they had Black American influence because that's where they were raised.
And that's true.
So
you know what?
They even copied the Black Americans.
The rap does not belong to La Raza.
We started telling our
It's not.
stories via rap.
So here's Maniako Mindz
It went worldwide.
trying to hang off a
Every
cliff
culture
that doesn't
is now a
exist.
part of
That's
it,
not ours,
but
man.
don't get it misconstrued.
Oldies is ours.
That
Old
still
school is
Black
ours.
culture that they're a part of. We can't change the history.
Look at. Let me explain something, because you just said what I said right now. They were telling the story, right? Through dance, music, and song, right?
Yeah, but it was the Black American experience. This wasn't.
What is black? Is Puerto Rican black? Is Colombian black? Is Cubano black?
They have black in their history.
Listen, y'all was telling y'all.
Man, you're so caught up on the word black. That's what keeps you. That's what keeps you in your little box. You're so caught up on that word.
Little box?
I'm not caught up on the word. What I'm caught up on is anything that we create. No one wants to give us the utmost credit for it. It's like, yeah, y'all created it, but we like it.
Let me tell you something, though. This is what you're not understanding, bro.
Anything that y'all create, we give y'all the credit. Like
Viral, check it out, Viral, check it out. Let me say this one thing, because I gotta start my show. But let me say one thing, bro. Let me say one thing. This isn't something that you started. This is both of our stories of captivity that we're expressing through music and dance.
Rap music.
So you can't go claim the fame as a single segment group, bro. You can't do that.
It's not both of
Look what he's trying to kick off fucking issues about. He's trying to kick off a
You
riot
need to
about
study,
rap
bro.
music.
You need to study history.
Bro, you can't tell me to study my history.
What do you mean study your history? I actually teach your history. What are you talking about?
I teach your history.
Tell us about your Asian history. Why you don't talk about your Asian history that you got?
And what do you're coming out with some nonsense, homie. Where did you get Asian from? Where did you get that from? Where did you get that from?
Bro, he don't know nothing about his lineage, bro. He don't know nothing about the lineage talk, bro.
No, you don't know anything about the lineage talk. You should watch my show. You should watch my podcast so you can learn something about your culture.
Well, the only thing
because
wrong
what
is
you're
that he
dealing with
hides
right
it.
now, wait up.
I don't
What
know
you're
why.
dealing with right now is a trend, homie. You're stuck in a trend, in a gang mentality, homie. This has nothing to do with gangs. This has nothing to do with gangs, homie.
Make that shit make sense. I'm gonna learn something about a black culture from Hispanic. Make that make sense, bro. Make that shit make sense.
I'll make a whole lot of sense with it.
Come on, bro. That shit don't
Fuck,
even
You're in
that's
your
sound
about the
correct.
feelings right now,
third
and you're
time the
emotional.
riot would
That's
have
what it
kicked
is.
off.
I'm
You're
speaking facts, bro.
emotional,
No
and you don't know how to
cap.
You
deal
can't
with it.
tell a black man
You don't
about
know how
black
to deal
culture.
with it.
Marvin,
Ain't nobody non-black tell a black man about black culture, and you non-black. It don't
So
work
you're
like
black?
that.
I'll
So
give
you're
you
It don't
that.
black?
work like
Are
that.
you
You
black?
feel me?
Absolutely.
Are you
hold
black?
on. I don't want to mute y'all. Look, the fact that you just asked this man, what does Asia have to do with Mexican culture? That let me know you ain't studied enough.
Hey,
He don't know.
So how
Hold
can
on.
you
He
tell
don't.
us about our
Both
culture?
you,
When
you
don't
guys
even
are
know
just
about your own
piggybacking off of it. Asian has nothing to do with our culture. The Barren
culture?
Straits
Go
got
look at
nothing to
where
do
the
with our
first-
culture.
Go look at
So
where
you
y'all
talking?
migrated.
Hold on. You
Where
talking
y'all
about the
exist.
burn? Hold on. You talking about the
You,
burning straight?
and talking about
Mute him
man,
up, man.
you guys are mixed up, man.
You do know
You
the
guys are
early
mixed
Fuck.
up.
ancestors
We
of
talking
That's the
about
fourth
the
time you would have
liberated
kicked off a
slave
riot.
trade from Asians being enslaved in colonial Mexico. Do you not know about the Treaty
Okay,
of Condado?
listen.
1848.
Of course I do. Of course I do. I talk about it on my show. Maybe you don't know who I am,
You should know what
but I
you're
talk
talking
about all
You
that on
don't
my
know
show.
who I am.
I don't
What
know
this
about
has
your
to deal
show.
with, what this has to deal with, is a Russian dude
Guess what? Hey,
disrespecting you guys and using the words from a movie that was put out. That's what it has to deal with. You deal
Talks
with that
about shit
person as a
about
man.
Yankee, but you'll
Hold on.
You
never
deal
say
with
that
that
in his
person as a
face.
man, not a whole
Guaranteed.
neighborhood, homie. You don't want that war. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You
I'm
don't
saying
want
because you're calling out all the Southsiders, homie. You're disrespecting a whole car. Don't do that.
This individual does not represent anything.
I'm not saying that. I'm not
Nothing
saying
at
that,
all.
but you don't want to do that, bro.
So
You
don't
don't
get
want to
it
do that.
twisted.
Tell me what
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Don't get it
saying.
twisted,
Tell
man.
me what I want to do. I want to do exactly what I'm doing and speaking
Okay.
up for my people. The same
Okay.
way y'all speak up for
Then
y'all
speak
people.
up for your people. Then
That's
teach
what I'm
them.
doing.
Then
So
then
hold
teach
your
them.
people accountable.
Because I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing.
By the
Yeah,
time I
yeah.
missed the fucking movie link. It was a movie reference. Where in that conversation did he reference the movie?
What did he say?
You know what he said. You
Okay,
tell me
where did he get that line from?
I can't tell you because he never referenced the movie in that combo.
He doesn't have to
Nowhere in that
reference the
combo.
movie, but he heard it from somewhere, right?
I don't give a fuck where he heard it from.
The bottom line, listen, listen, Viral,
racist. Listen, I heard a lot of derogatory racist words.
I did too.
Towards the Mexican community in movies. That don't mean I'm gonna get on my podcast and say them and say, well, I heard that in a fucking movie.
Okay, then address that man in his podcast, not a neighborhood. Not a neighborhood.
No, I'm addressing that whole culture because that whole culture is trying to get involved in our culture while saying we don't fuck with your culture. So why are you trying to be a part of it?
So then you're the racist then. You're the one saying that you don't fuck with our culture, right? That's what you just said.
What? Tell me
Damn,
why.
Didn't you just say that?
Tell me where I said
Fifth time a
right now. You just said, repeat what you said.
I said
that you don't fuck with our culture.
That whole South Side thing where she said I can't date a black because it's against the rules. That culture wants to.
She never said that.
That culture gets on.
You're putting words in her mouth. She never said that. Never.
To make money.
I don't even want to mention this podcast right here because it's a race baiting podcast. Nothing against them. They just love fucking race bait.
Who's we, homie? You're not the one making a deal. You're not the one signing. You're not a producer. Who are you?
I don't give a fuck. If you black, I'm black. So it's a part of my.
You're not even black. So what are you talking about? Why don't you learn the definition of the word that you're using? Fool your ground.
I know the word. I already said it earlier in the show. Yeah, it means dead and not a human and all that.
Okay, look it. That's all I'm gonna say, homie. Don't drag gang shit into it. If she said that statement, then that's what she said. And if that Russian dude said that statement, then hold that man accountable, fool. Don't bring gang shit or politics into it. That's all I'm gonna say, dog. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're nobody to.
You're gonna get a lot of youngsters hurt that watch you, bro. That's what you're gonna do.
You ain't got no influence on no youngsters.
Yeah, you are, because people are gonna try to make a point out of your emotions. That's why.
This guy is the furthest representation of La Raza, man. Look how he's acting.
This is why you can't have a conversation with them. The true feelings come out every single time.
All right. Anyways, I wanted to play that all the way through because, again, I apologize for the audio technical difficulties on the last video. I'm going to give you my final thoughts. It's not going to be a long video. But listen, gente, look at, and I'm glad we're at where we're at now, right? We already know Lucky from Hoodstocks went ahead and mended any kind of riffs that were, again, online, not in real life, online. These are all fucking online racial tensions, right? He diffused it. He did a pull-up over there in Whittier. and had a great turnout. And then ultimately, if anyone felt offended, he did what a bigger man does. And he apologized if anyone took it a certain way. That doesn't mean it was intended to go that way, but a bigger man is going to just do it, man. Just do it. So he's the bigger man, right? But this baboso right here, I don't know why he thinks that he represents anybody. He doesn't even represent himself correctly, right? We all know this. We all know this fucking creep, lurker, predator, stalker drives around the high schools looking for little girls, and then he'll play it off and say, well, I thought she was 20. I thought she was 18. No, you didn't, because you were thinking with your little head, baboso, not with your big head, right? So this is the furthest representation that anybody wants. He doesn't represent no demographic. He's definitely not going to influence anyone to do anything, especially some youngsters. So gang wars, no. If he was the leader of any group segment, he would have already kicked off a fucking riot at least 5 or 6 times during that conversation. And maybe he doesn't even see it by his antagonistic and his condescending tone. So for this individual, you guys, drop a comment below and let me know, now that you can hear the audio, drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Who's the real pinche racista? You telling someone they're not black? You telling someone they need to educate themselves? You telling someone that you teach their culture? I think not. I think you are the one that needs to be talked about and made fucking videos about and get shitted on the internet, right? What you really need to do is stick your head in a pinchy ostrich hole and disappear off this YouTube thing and try to put your family back in order. Because how can you take care of anyone else's order when your own house is completely out of order? It's so true. I remember what Bozo said. He goes, you want to know who a person is? Just take a look at their children. Just take a look at their children, gente. I'm out, you guys. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the 6, 7, 8 times he almost kicked off a riot. And who's the real pinche racista? And also, who else is the coward that's trying to bring other groups, trying to represent other groups by speaking for them, for their own shit that they say that comes out of their mouth? Drop a comment below, you guys. Don't forget to hype the video below. Hit that hype button. Don't forget to hit that like. Gente, I'm out to the next episode. Don't forget to help others move in excellence, because it's going to help them and it's going to help you at the same time. I'll see you on the next episode of Chicano Tube, gente. I'm out.